Yo, what's good? Noisy Central. So today is just gonna be kind of like an introduction video, for y'all to kind of get to know why I even started doing this type of YouTube content in the first place. I've been seeing a lot of people. I know of a lot of people that do GunTube or, are avid gun people that do YouTube, the two-way community. So, well, I didn't mean to put air quotes around it, but yeah, the two-way community. I took a liking to it, but today is gonna be, I'm not gonna say the reason I took a liking to it, but it's gonna be the reason why I felt like this type of content is necessary. All right, so basically, I'm Glow. Everybody calls me Glow. My real name is Anthony. And I'm gonna basically give you all a rundown of why I started YouTube, my experience, and how it changed my outlook on things. So basically, the entire idea from this came from a very traumatic experience for me. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was very traumatic. Let's just leave it at that. So we're just gonna dive right into the story, man. It's kind of hard for me to talk about y'all, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. So basically, I moved into my apartment in about June or July. And as soon as I moved into my apartment, I met a neighbor. Now this neighbor, we had some conversations. Everything was cordial at first. We had some similarities. He liked anime, I like anime. So we hit it off based off that. Almost immediately, we hit it off based off our like of anime. He liked Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece. You could talk for years about One Piece alone, So we had a short conversation, but somewhere in that conversation, I realized that he wasn't all the way there mentally. So I kind of cut the conversation short, not rudely, but just to, let him know I'm going in the house. So we could talk later or whatever. So we had that conversation. I feel like we were at a good place, So fast forward a couple weeks or a few weeks, and I'm stepping out into the breezeway to smoke a cigarette. I don't smoke cigarettes every day, but today is one of those days where I was smoking one, and I stepped out into the breezeway. Normally I smoke on my patio, but today I went out in the breezeway because it was a nice day. Felt good outside. I wanted to get some fresh air, so I wanted nature to really hit me, get me some sunlight, So I step outside. At the same time I'm stepping out my door, he steps out of his door. And his conversation starter was about the cigarettes. Hey man, I didn't know you smoke. Yeah, sometimes, Oh yeah, man, was this you that did this? He starts pointing at like 2 or 3 cigarette butts that are in front of his door. And I'm like, nah, I don't usually smoke out here, but I wouldn't flick them in front of your door though, So he's like, okay, cool, yeah. Let's just try to make sure we keep our breezeway clean. And he's trying to keep it nice, but I can kind of see that he's angling it towards, I know this was you. You don't have to admit to it. Just don't put him back in front of my door. And it wasn't me, but whatever. I'm like, all right, yeah, you right. So he picks him up or whatever, goes on about his day. I finish my cigarette, I go on about my day. A couple more weeks pass. Well, no, not even a couple weeks, maybe a week passes. I'm asleep on my couch, I'm taking a nap on my couch, and I'm hearing banging at my door. So I wake up like kind of rattled, and I'm like confused. I didn't even move at first. I just sat up like, what's happening? I hear it again. And before I could get up to go see who was at the door, I hear kicks. Like he's booting my door. So when I heard that, I kind of got upset. Like, I started yelling out. I'm like, yo. And he yelled back. He's like, yo. So at this point, I'm like, wait a minute. So he's meaning to do this. This is on purpose. What's happening? So I grab a kitchen knife and I go to the door and I open it. I'm like, what's going on? And as I look at him, I notice that there's a pile of something on the ground. So he starts talking, but I can't even pay attention to that because I'm starting to look at what's on the ground. So I look down in front of my doorstep and there is a pile of cigarette butts and shell casings in front of my door. Immediately, whatever he's talking about is disregarded. I no longer care about anything he's saying. I'm looking at his hands, I'm looking at his waist, I'm looking at his face. I'm trying to see what his intentions are with these shell casings. Do you have a gun? Do you have any type of weapon? What are you trying to say? This is very serious. I don't think he understood the gravity of that. After I seen those shell casings, no dealing that we have is friendly now. I feel like that is a threat on my life. So any dealing we have from here on out will be very hostile and will be very cold. There will be no friendliness after you've shown me bullets in a threatening manner. That's something that, I don't know, it almost felt like a mob or a mafia type intimidation tactic, or I don't know. Who just shows somebody bullets and says, yeah man, stop putting your cigarettes in front of my door? What? Are we serious? First of all, we're in Georgia, where constitutional carry of firearms is legal, which means you don't need permits or license. Almost anybody can get a gun, basically. So I'm actually believing, even though I know he's off his rocker a little bit, I'm actually believing he has a gun somewhere. Obviously, he can act competent for a short period of time to have conversations with people. So he could be competent to say no on this questionnaire to get a gun, you know? So yeah, it's over with. There's no friendship. There's no friendliness at all. It's over with. So, I let him know then that that's not a game, and it's very serious between us now. Stay away from my door. I let him know then. So, yeah, I let him know, like, that's not what we do, bro. Like, we don't play those type of games, you know? So, after I told him that, I kind of just closed the door on him. He was still talking, I'm not gonna lie. I got rude. I kind of just closed the door on him, like, what? And I locked it, and I just turned around thinking, like, what just happened? Like, what was that? You know? So we're gonna fast forward a couple months, maybe about a month, not a couple months, maybe about a month. My girlfriend works earlier in the day, and I work from kind of like midday to like late at night. So she'll get off before me. This day, I don't know why, but for some reason, she did not have her house key. So she could not get in the house. And she gets off maybe like 20 or 30 minutes before I do. So I was trying to tell her to just sit in the car with your friend until I get home. I'm on the way. But she had already got out the car. Her friend had already left. And I was already on my way to the car. So I just told her just relax. I'll be there in a couple minutes, literally. So I'm on my way home. My job is maybe 10, 12, maybe 15 minutes from my house. I make it there in about 8 or 9 because I'm rushing trying to get to her. And when I get there, she tells me like, yeah, that guy, he was saying weird stuff to me, making me feel uncomfortable. I was like, what you mean? And she was like, I don't know. He just asked me like if I feel safe. And I don't know about y'all, but for me, for one, if I don't know you, bro, don't talk to my girl at all. Like, if we not brothers or close, long-time friends or family, You shouldn't have nothing to say to my girlfriend at all, let alone asking her, I hope you feel safe. What does that even mean? Should she not feel safe because you're around? Is that what you're saying? That's how I took it. So I went back out the door because he was still outside. Yeah, we finna go address that right now. And I didn't go about it in a rude way. I just asked him, hey man, did you say anything to my girlfriend while I was gone? Who's your girlfriend? He's trying to kind of play it dumb. Like, who's your girl? I don't know who your girlfriend. Who's your girlfriend? At this point, I'm kind of already getting irritated. So I kind of like, hey man, look, the only girl who was out here, you already know who I'm talking about. Come on, like, stop that. We're not here to play those games. I'm asking you a simple question. Oh yeah, man, I was just letting her know, like, it's a bad area, man, and I hope she feels safe. Okay, dude. All right. Be quiet. Don't say nothing else to my girlfriend. And stay away from my door. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you. It's exactly how I said it. Don't say nothing else to my girlfriend and stay away from my door. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you. So I go in the house, close the door. For about a month and a week, or a month and a couple weeks, we just passed by each other. He would probably say good morning or something. I'm not speaking. I don't want to speak. There's nothing to talk about at this point. You done showed me bullets in front of my door. We done had it out 2 or 3 times at this point. Like, it's nothing to talk about. We're not friendly neighbors. You're trying to, like, it's a lot going on here, you know? So yeah, he would pass by and say what's up or whatever, and I would just ignore him for about a month. And then we make it all the way up to my birthday month, which is October. My birthday is October 19th. Yeah, my birthday is October 19th. So we make it to the month of October. Haven't had any problems with him since the last time that I had to tell him to stay away from my door. No problems. I go into work on the 18th, the day before my birthday. And we normally get off about 10:30, 11 o'clock. And we got off about 10:15, 10:20, normal time. And I'm walking to my locker so I could get my phone and my keys and my wallet so I could leave. And the moment I touched my phone, literally the moment I put hands on my phone, it lit up with a text message. And it was my girlfriend. She was telling me that basically this guy is trying to get into our house. She's sick of it. She called the police. She can't deal with it no more. Like, it's basically just driving her to the point that she just can't. I don't know, man. I know there's some guys out there that can relate at least a little bit, man. As a man, to hear your girlfriend say, oh, I don't even feel safe here no more, and it's hard for me to sleep, and oh, this man scares me so much. It just ignites something in you. That makes me feel like, as a man, I'm not handling my responsibility towards you. Because as a man, my job is to make sure, 1, you're provided for, 2, you're protected, and 3, you're nurtured. You're loved. You feel affection from me as your male counterpart. You know? So me reading that text message, it kind of broke my heart, but it turned into stone just as fast as it broke. Because it broke because of my own shortcomings, not because she was saying it. And it stoned up because of my own pride as a man. Not because she was upset, and not because she was telling me she's scared. That was me as a man knowing that I'm falling short on my responsibilities. So, I do work with a friend, a close friend, longtime friend that I've known for years, 10 plus years. He's a firearm holder, carrier. He does carry. And he had his firearm with him at work. And I informed him of the situation before I left work. He followed me. He ran out to my car with me. He got his firearm. and he let me use it to go protect my house. So I got that from him, and I sped home, literally. She said she had already called the police. I don't care. I got home. Like I said, my job is 12, maybe 15 minutes from my house. I got there in 6 minutes, y'all. I'm dead serious. 6 minutes. So I pull up, and the first thing I notice is there's no police. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and go in the house and make sure all my people straight. So I get out. I grab the gun. I get out. I leave my car running. I didn't have time to, I just grab my house key, grab the gun, leave my car running, and I go straight in the house. As I get in the house, I lock the door and put the latch on it, and I grab my girlfriend because she's running to the front door, and I just let her know, like, we good. I'm here now. Everything good. Nothing's gonna happen to you. I promise. I got you. As I'm saying that, I hear the doorknob rattle, like turning. I don't really know how to describe it. I wasn't nervous, but it was like, man, alright, it's gonna sound cliche, y'all, but I swear on everything I love, time slowed down so dramatically. It almost felt like I wasn't even the one doing what I was doing anymore. Like, when I heard that doorknob rattle, it felt like, I don't know, it felt like I was in quicksand. But I press checked the gun to make sure that there was one in the chamber, and I creeped my way towards the door through all that quicksand, and he had kicked the door a couple times too, so I kind of like waited until all the extras subsided, till I didn't hear any more workers at the door to go check it. So once I get to the door and I actually open it to check it, my door, it has an audible creak to it when you open it because it was painted shut before they allowed us to move in. So there's like a little film of paint in between the door frame and the actual door that kind of makes it like almost a Velcro sound when you open it. I don't know, but it's loud. It's audible if you're inside the breezeway for sure. So I cracked the door open to kind of check, and I got the gun behind the door like this. And as I crack it open, he whipped his head around. And when he whipped his head around, I immediately changed hands with the gun. Because his eyes, y'all, bloodshot red. Like, I don't know if he was drunk or high or whatever. His eyes were red. Like, I don't know. And he looked crazy. Like, his hair was frayed. He looked, I don't know. He looked like he didn't have no good intentions. So I hurry up and switch hands with the gun, and I'm holding the door like this, kind of trying to not let him know I got a gun. But as he turns around, he starts a full sprint, like from my door to his door where he was standing, almost about to go back into his apartment. From my door to his door is maybe about 6 or 7 feet, maybe. He starts a full sprint. Like, when he took off, I heard his sneakers squeak. So he's running hard. I switched hands with the gun, and when he started running, I shot at the ground. My first initial shot, I thought, hit the ground. I did aim really, really low. I thought I was shooting at the ground. So that was supposed to be my warning shot. He did not stop. He acted like he didn't even hear it. I don't know if he did or not, but it didn't seem like it. So before he could get any closer to my door, I kind of shut it a little bit more and raised the gun up and shot again. And this time it hit him. I actually saw it impact him because when it hit him, he flinched and he kind of like balled up and tucked his leg in front of his other leg, and he paused for a second and he started running again. So at this point, I'm full defense mode. My baby mama or my girlfriend and my little brother, they've already gone towards the back. They're in the laundry room with the door closed. They're nowhere near the shots. I opened the door and I back up because he's starting to make his way almost into my door frame. So I open the door and I kind of ease out of the door frame so that I could get some space from him. And I close the door behind me and I shoot 2 more times. 5-5. And both of those hit him and he finally dropped to the ground, and the first words out of his mouth were, "Thank you for that. Can you call the ambulance?" That is when I knew this man is off of his rocker. He is out of his mind. There is no way he just thanked me for shooting him. So, man, I don't know. It happened so fast. I did not just leave him out there. I couldn't, knowing that most of that probably wasn't even something that he wanted to do. You know, people who are mentally ill, they don't necessarily want to do the things that they do. Sometimes they really can't. I'm not gonna say they can't control it, but those impulses to someone with the intellectual imbalance, it's a little bit harder than your average IQ person for them to control those impulses, you know? So I did help him until the police and ambulance got there. I got him some towels and everything, helped him apply pressure to the wounds. As he was on the ground, he did start speaking more sense. He started talking with more sense. But he did lose consciousness at some point, and they detained me for a certain amount of time. But I was released. He was charged. He was wounded a total of 4 times. So that's why I said I thought my first round that I let off was at the ground, but I guess it did hit him. They say he was wounded a total of 4 times. He did make it. He's fine. He's healthy. Everything's all right. But yeah, I just really made this video so that y'all could know that I feel like it is very essential to have your right to bear arms. I felt like that before this incident, but since this incident, I am avid. At the very least, if you do not own a gun for home defense, please, before the government makes it too hard to get them, go and purchase a firearm for home defense. I watch a lot of Colion Noir. I don't really know how to pronounce his last name properly, but I watch a lot of his videos. And the main thing he stresses is that our Second Amendment is a right, not a privilege. Just like you have the right to freedom of speech, just like you have the right to post whatever you want on your social medias, just like you have the right to do whatever you want at a grown age, at age 21, and those are rights that you know, I feel like owning a gun is one of those that everyone should just do. For the simple fact of not because you're scared or not because you think something will happen to you, but because the likelihood of something happening to you is rising. The world is gradually getting worse, and the things that people do just don't make sense sometimes. You know, like, I can't put together why that man would have wanted to get in my house. I don't know. I don't have anything worth taking. But I do know that had I not had that gun, that probably would have been a totally different night. This guy was a lot bigger than me, y'all. I'm not that big. I'm 6 foot. 160 pounds soaking wet on a good day. You know, I'm not very big at all. This guy was at least 6'2", at least 175 pounds, so he had some weight on me. He also had some height on me. If he had a gun or a knife or something, or I don't know. It's very dark in that breezeway. I don't know. One thing I do know is a firearm is the most efficient and time proficient way to protect yourself and to protect your home and to protect the people that you love in a situation that you're going against someone who already knows what they're gonna do and you have no idea what's about to happen. Because that's what every self-defense situation is. The person who's doing it, the person who's committing the offense against the self-defender already has knowledge that he's gonna do that. We have no idea that that's coming. We have to react. If you are able to react with something like a firearm, I will almost guarantee that that will stop whatever is happening every time. I don't know what else to say, man. Please protect your homes, protect yourself, protect your families at all costs. But the cost is actually very, very outlined. Cost of whichever firearm is comfortable for you. So I suggest that. Since then, I have become a firearm holder myself. I do not have my physical copy of my CCW, but I have applied for it and I have paid the fees, so it is on the way. I have already purchased my own gun because in Georgia, like I said, it is legal. I purchased the Glock 19. I'm sure y'all seen it on my channel. This is my everyday carry gun now. So, yeah, that's how things are going for me now. I'm an everyday carrier now. I'm working on my shooting. I'm working on my knowledge of guns and gun safety. And that's gonna be my journey, man. Becoming a better shooter, becoming a more knowledgeable gun handler, and hopefully helping y'all and helping to empower y'all to do the same. Take your destiny into your own hands. And yeah, protect what you have at all costs, man. So that's it, man. I didn't want to talk for this long. I've been on here for a minute now. I hope y'all could take something away from it, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy any of my content. This will be my first video, definitely not my last. We got some more ideas coming here soon. Some more mods coming to the Glock 19 as we go. Y'all gonna be a part of every step of the way, man. So I appreciate everybody who's gonna watch this. I appreciate everybody who's gonna like this, share this, everybody who's subscribed already, everybody who's going to subscribe. If you are subscribed, hit the notification bell. If you're not, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Yeah, that's it, man. Gonna get ready to head to work. See y'all later. Noisy Central.